You're listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. I'm your Tuesday, Thursday show host, Skylar Angus Barker. We've got a great show coming up with some information about Tyler Fletcher recalling his experience serving on the advisory board, and Stephanie Perez Munoz talking about spring burnout and how it affects our students. But don't touch that dial because Demetric Kelly will share some things that you don't want to miss. We're listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Sponsorship comes from American Graphics. Located at 8 Commercial Warehouse Drive in Hattiesburg, American Graphics provides custom screen printing and embroidery. They can be reached by phone at 601-602-2277, and the website is goamericangraphics.com. American Graphics, printing at its finest.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. In USM campus news, USM awarded $2.3 million grant from SAMHSA for a new psychosis prevention program. You've heard that right. The University of Southern Mississippi was awarded $2.3 million through a 4-year grant with the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. This grant will be used for the Center of Behavioral Health Screening, Outreach, Assessment, and Resilience Program to expand the existing services, such as high quality and specialized therapy, evaluation and assessment offerings provided by graduate students. This grant will also be used to offer specialty services to help Mississippians who are identified as at a clinical risk for developing psychosis. Dr. Christy McRaney, director of the USM Center for Behavioral Health, assistant clinical professor at the School of Psychology, and a licensed psychologist, had this to say. We're excited to have the opportunity to bring these specialized services to Mississippi. The CBH SOAR program is the first of its kind and will help expand our reach to positively impact the lives of Mississippians. We're proud to be a part of such an important and meaningful advancement in behavioral health care for our state. Congratulations! In Hattiesburg news, 2 arrested in connection to Hattiesburg shooting, police confirm. Hattiesburg police has arrested 19-year-old Mandel Steen and 21-year-old Errol Yarborough on Friday. The shooting has been stated to have occurred at the 2400 block of Hard Street around 11 p.m. Steen was charged with 1 count of domestic aggravated assault and 2 counts of aggravated assault with the use of a deadly weapon. Yarborough was charged with 1 count of accessory after the fact in connection to the shooting. Both have been placed into the Forest County Jail. In Mississippi news, 79-year-old grandmother in Mississippi arrested. Officers arrested Mary Kelly Thursday afternoon on child abuse and contributing to the delinquency of a minor charges. A motorist had found Kelly's grandson walking down the road and called 911. The 2-year-old ran away from Kelly after allegedly striking him multiple times with a switch. Clay County Sheriff Eddie Scott stated that the child received numerous marks and welts on his body, including his head, with the child now being in the custody of Child Protection Services. In national news, world's smallest otter found in busy Nepal River after 186 years without a sighting. An Asian short-clawed otter, known as the smallest species of its kind, has been found in Nepal. Forestry officials have found an injured juvenile otter at the meeting of 2 major rivers last November. A note from the IUCN's Otter Specialist Group stated this: the sighting of an Asian small-clawed otter after 185 years is a remarkable discovery for conservation in Nepal, ending concerns that the species may have been extinct in the country. This sighting highlights the need for detailed study of the status of this species in Nepal an urgent implementation of conservation initiatives. We'll be right back with sports and weather after a word from our sponsors.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer.
In response to attacks against Asian Americans, Maddie Park raised over $250,000 to donate cab rides to the Asian community.
There is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
Support the Asian community. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Now for your sports. Track and field shines with 16 wins at Southern Miss Invitational. You heard that right. Our Southern Miss track and field teams won 16 events over the weekend at the Southern Miss Invitational. The men won 7 events, while the women finished with 11. Let's go, Eagles. Golden Eagles head to ULM Invitational for regular season finale. Our Golden Eagles will travel to Monroe, Louisiana for the ULM Invitational yesterday and today. The women's golf team will play the 2-day event at the Bayou Desired Country Club along with the 10-team field. Our Golden Eagles are the second highest ranked team in the field at number 109, while host ULM is ranked number 77 in the country. Good luck, Eagles. Women's tennis dropped Sunday match against Louisiana. Our Southern Miss Eagles battled through tightly contested singles and doubles matches against Louisiana Sunday at home, but fell 4-1 to the Ragin' Cajuns. Next time, Eagles. To keep up with all the Golden Eagles sports activities, head on over to southernmiss.com. Now on for your weather. It looks like today is going to be partly cloudy with the highs in the low 80s and the lows in the low 70s. It is currently 72 degrees. Our humidity is at 64%, and our wind is moving at 6 miles per hour. Up next, we have Tyler Fletcher recalling his experiences serving on the advisory board. Check it out.
This is Mississippi Moments, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage at the University of Southern Mississippi and supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. I'm Bill Ellison. In the 1980s, Mississippi moved to develop a set of educational standards for police officers. Tyler Fletcher remembers serving on the advisory board and USM's role in that effort.
We were the first real working law enforcement and criminal justice academic entity in the state. Ole Miss had one professor in the political science department. Delta State started the law enforcement program, and it's still there and doing pretty good. But the one that has persevered and been on board throughout the years has been the one at the University of Southern Mississippi. When the legislature adopted educational standards for police, and would you believe that there were no educational standards for police until the early 80s? I was named to the board, and I was headed the subcommittee on training, and I drafted the standards for police officers, and then put this all together with what we knew as academics and presented a package. Here is an educational package for police and a training package. And I don't believe that would have happened as soon as it did if it had not been for the university and our department.
Bill Ellison hosts Voices of Our People World War II, a new podcast from Mississippi Moments, sponsored by the Mississippi Humanities Council. That's Voices of Our People World War II, wherever you get your podcasts.
That was Tyler Fletcher. Coming up, we've got a special guest that you don't want to miss.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Now, please give a warm golden eagle welcome to Demetric Kelly. Hey, how are you?
Hey, how is it going today?
I'm doing pretty all right. So, first and foremost, for anyone who doesn't know you, can you tell us about yourself?
Sure. Yeah, so my name is Demetric Kelly. I am Director of Guest Services and Retail for the Hattiesburg Zoo in Saratoga Springs. I've been a resident of the Hattiesburg community since about 2012. Been with the zoo and the Convention Commission right about 10 years now. So been there for a while, and we're getting excited for a really good year at the zoo. So yeah, it's a little bit about me.
Yeah. And you mentioned that you were the director for like guest services, right?
For sure.
Can you tell us what that entails?
So it entails all things on the guest side. So ranging from ticketing, online, retail, special events, normal day-to-day operations, all the attractions and the aquatics team. So we have a lot under the guest services belt, and so anything that you do at the zoo, there's typically someone from guest services involved outside of the food and beverage and the maintenance side of things.
Right, that's amazing. Well, for anyone that hasn't been to the zoo before, what type of animals are available at the zoo?
So we are constantly expanding, ranging from small animals such as your ducks or waterfowl, but we also have some of the large animals, giraffes, which you can see on Hardy Street, which luckily we haven't had any type of accidents from people trying to see the giraffes as they're driving by. But hyenas, we have a tiger. Unfortunately, we just recently lost our jaguar Maya, which is really devastating to us at the zoo. She came to the zoo in 2016, so we started at the zoo at the same time, so there's a very special connection there. And so I know the community is kind of looking for ways to support, but the best thing you can do is just continue to support the zoo, stop by and see us there. You may be in for a surprise going by her exhibit. We have our servals there kind of hanging out in her exhibit right now, and so the zoo is continuing to expand, so there are a lot of different type of animal species that you can come by and see, especially through our enrichment programs or our docent programs. They're always informing guests about different things that we have at the zoo.
And it's so sad knowing about Maya's passing. And you mentioned that like one way that like anyone that wants to help this like the passing of the jaguar is just by coming to visit the zoo. Is there anything else we can do?
Yeah, you can definitely share your stories online. Again, support the zoo. There's also opportunity for memorial things that you want to leave at the zoo for at the exhibit. And so the main thing, supporting the zoo, knowing that the community is still behind us. Our animal care department, vet care team, very transparent over the time. Maya was an older cat, so she lived a very good life. We had a birthday celebration for her right before her passing, and so we had the opportunity to give her some love, and hopefully everybody got an opportunity to see her while she was there.
That's amazing, and it's so sweet. It's so sweet knowing how the Hattiesburg Zoo takes care of their animals so well, because there's a lot of like concerns about zoos like not treating their animals well. But from what we've seen, the Hattiesburg Zoo is one of the great pinnacles of helping out their animals.
And testament to that is we recently received our AZA accreditation. So we just announced that this past week. So having our accreditation is a testament to the welfare of the animals, the support of the Convention Commission, as well as all other departments that's involved with our AZA accreditation and the daily zoo operation. So a clean facility, upkeep of the grounds, welfare of the animals, happiness of the employees, and making sure that we keep our guests as a first priority is a testament to how well we do, and it's great to be recognized on a national level and receive that accreditation.
Absolutely. So this biggest event that's coming, the Hattiesburg 75th anniversary, can you tell us about that?
We are excited. The zoo is turning 75 this year. The zoo opened Easter Sunday in 1950, and so it's going to be the first time in a while that we've celebrated the zoo's birthday. But this year we are going to take it a little step further, and we're going to celebrate for an entire year. And so the kickoff celebration is going to be April 26th. That's going to be 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we have a lineup of things that's going to occur, ranging from ribbon cuttings of new exhibits. We're
Yeah.
gonna have. We've unveiled a new logo for the 75th
Oh, wow.
anniversary. So that's gonna be plastered throughout social media, throughout the zoo, on new banners. We're gonna have birthday cake for animals just around the zoo.
Yeah.
There'll also be a birthday song and a celebration for the zoo. And so this event is gonna last from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then we're gonna continue the event the entire year,
Yeah.
leading up to next year. And every second Saturday of the month, we're gonna have some form of birthday celebration.
Yeah.
A different theme for every Saturday, but definitely is gonna be something that everyone will enjoy doing. We're gonna bring out all the stops. There's different themes again. Ranging from wild wonders. There's going to be music involved. We're going to
Yeah.
do something artistic. We're going to do something more conservation based. So there's a lot of different things that we're going to try to accomplish over this year.
Right. That's amazing. And you already mentioned that there's going to be quite some like birthday events that are happening for the 75th anniversary. Are there any other types of events that are coming during this anniversary year? Like, is there still going to be Zoo Boo and stuff?
Yeah, so we're still going to add on top of the birthday celebration. We're going to continue with our annual events. Our Easter event, which is the exotic egg hunt, where we hide golden eggs throughout the zoo. That's going to occur on April 19th. So we have several things that's leading up to the event, but also we'll still have our annual event, Zoo Boo, Lights of the Wild. So those things will still occur.
Okay.
We're just going to do a little extra for each one of those events since it's the 75th anniversary.
Absolutely. And is there going to be any special event food for the event?
Yeah, so our food and beverage department, they love to get creative with food.
Yeah.
We have our standard concessions menus, but anytime we have a special event or a celebration coming, they like to get involved. So you can just think of your normal birthday party. So there'll be special menu items that kind of themed around birthday parties that you would have for your own family.
Absolutely. And it's going to be like wonderful because for anyone that doesn't know, I used to work at the zoo in the food and beverage department, and each time that there is a special event, you can never guess what type of food is coming up, but it's a promise that you're going to enjoy.
You're in for a treat, and we have a chef on site who is amazing, Chef Katie.
Yeah.
And if you were able to come to our Renaissance events that we had at the end of February and had a opportunity to try the turkey legs or the stuffed turkey legs that she created, it was probably some of the best food that I've had in a while. But she is gearing up, and again, our food and beverage department, just think birthday cakes, snow cones, different type of burgers and entree or appetizer types of food. So I'm excited because I get the opportunity to try a lot of this stuff before the guests do. So that's the perk of working at the zoo.
Absolutely. So you already mentioned it a bit earlier, but just in case our listeners forgot or didn't catch it, when is this event?
So it's going to be April 22nd. That's the kickoff event.
Yeah.
But then every second Saturday throughout the year, we're going to have another form of a celebration. And it's going to be 10 o'clock a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. On all of those days. The anniversary kickoff is going to start a little bit early just because we have some ribbon cuttings to do. We're going to have some people come in, some special guests and things like that. And so we're going to start that event a little bit early, but in the future, every second Saturday, it's going to start at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay.
Highly encourage people to purchase their tickets online. That way we can kind of get everybody into the park. If you were not aware, the zoo is now a cashless facility. So buying your tickets online is going to be easier. You can also buy those tickets at the gate as well. But our daily tickets, they cut off at 9 a.m. So we highly encourage to get those in advance.
Right. Well, that's really cool, and it's going to be especially exciting because the Hattiesburg Zoo has always been a place of fun, laughter, and love. I mean, working there and like going there, it's just a treat to be able to see all those.
It's very nice to have that in a city the size of Hattiesburg, and to know that we've taken the claim of like Mississippi Zoo right now because we are just constantly striving. We're constantly growing and making things better at the zoo. And to add the addition of the water park, which is going to be opening in May. We're a busy group of people, but all the work that we do, we're excited to have guests come to the zoo, create those memories, and we're glad to be a part of that.
Absolutely. And how much is it going to cost to attend this event? Do you know?
So it's going to be regular admission. There's no increase to the admission fee. So if you are buying online, there's a $2 discount for your tickets. So if you're buying at the gate, then those tickets are normally $10 and $12, adult and children. There's a senior citizen discount, which is $11, and children under the age of 2 is free. But train, carousel, you can purchase all your attraction tickets at your own free will. But everything's going to be open, ready to go. And so get ready to see the zoo at probably its best, and we are going to be doing a lot. So we're really excited about it.
Right. And with these events that are all coming up, I mean, we've got the Zoo Boo, we've got Lights in the Wild, we have this 75th anniversary, And what's the next event after the 75th anniversary?
So the next event after the 75th anniversary, we kind of take a break because we're opening the water park. But normally there's typically some form of, day-to-day activities, whether it will be enrichment or animal birthdays, anything like that. You can follow us on social media, get the latest updates. But over the span of the summer, we still have our adult events that happen. So tacos and tequila, zoo stock. Again, with the water park opening, that adds another level of events that we'll do as well.
Absolutely. That's amazing. And do you guys celebrate like all the birthdays of the animals or just like a select few?
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah, they all have birthdays, which is our animal care department. They are very serious about their birthdays. And so if you come to the zoo and you see confetti or streamers or any type of boxes that have been painted inside an exhibit, it's most likely because it's a birthday or they're getting a special enrichment for some reason.
That's absolutely amazing. I love that. And I know that we're running out of time, but is there anything else you want to share with our listeners?
The main thing I want to share is, look forward to all the events. There's going to be a lot happening over the next year. Follow us on social media, all of our pages, Facebook, Instagram. We're getting a little bit more active on TikTok. So those people who love TikTok, we're getting a little bit more active there. But just keep your eyes and ears open for all things coming for the 75th anniversary. Absolutely.
Well, that's amazing. Well, thank you so much, Demetric Kelly, for coming on today and providing a voice for our Eagles.
No problem. Thank you.
Coming up, we've got Stephanie Perez Munoz talking about spring burnout and how it affects our students. Check it out.
Students face many challenges during the spring semester. National Certified Counselor and Provisional Licensed Professional Counselor Kinsley May says students go through academic burnout.
Academic burnout is a thing because you've been through so much in your fall semester. And if it's your first year as a college student, your academic fall semester is a lot to take in.
May also recommends students different methods to relieve academic stress.
Meditation or deep breathing, coloring the coloring book, taking your mind away from academics. Do something that you're not always pressured to feel like you have to focus on school so much. And the last thing I would say is seek support. If it's with the teacher of your choice, a mentor, a therapist.
Sophomore biological sciences major Vinnie Halsey explains how her seasonal depression affects her course load during the semester.
Maybe it comes from like a sort of seasonal depression, but coming out of January and February, my mental health is kind of like an all-time low for the year. So it's not really helpful when it's combined with trying to pick up new information.
You can text HELLO to 751741 to connect with a trained crisis counselor. Stephanie Perez Munoz, SMTV.
Thanks for listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Huge thanks to Seb Hodges, our audio engineer, and Meadow Smith, our video engineer, for keeping this bird flying. Big shout out to our assistant producer, Sam Romeo, and our program director, Adeline Fields, as well as our executive producer, Ore Ide, and our GM, Dr. Wilbur Martin. Don't forget to follow SM2 Media on social media. I'm your Tuesday Thursday show host, Skylar Angus Barker. Stay golden, Eagles.